There's been a wave of illegal Chinese immigration to the US, and some are concerned this isn't just people fleeing the Chinese Communist Party. The CCP is actually weaponizing the border crisis. This is China's former defense minister, Chi Haotian. We have a copy of a secret speech he gave to high-level Communist Party officials sometime before he retired in 2003. One of the things he said was, "It is indeed brutal to kill 100 or 200 million Americans, but that is the only path that will secure a Chinese century in which the CCP leads the world." Seems like a nice guy. But he also goes on to talk about how there are too few resources in China and that pollution has made China almost unlivable. So, China must colonize other countries. He says, and I quote, "The great revitalization of the Chinese nation, which of course is not limited to the land we have now, but also includes the whole world." And he specifically says, only countries like the United States, Canada, and Australia have the vast land to serve our needs for mass colonization. And he says the government must lead the Chinese people outside of China. The way he saw it, Chinese nationals moving abroad solved two problems. The first was China's limited capital and expertise. He believed overseas Chinese could help bring both back to China from more advanced wealthy nations, which would help China develop both its economy and military. The second was resource scarcity in China. Yes, as far as he's concerned, your local Chinatown is really just a way to expand the Chinese race. And no, I'm not kidding, he actually said that. The only thing standing in the CCP's way is the US. He argues that if China can take down the US, all other world powers would bow down before China, which is why solving the issue of America is the mission assigned to the CCP members by history. To him, the issue of taking over Taiwan is really just a red herring. War over Taiwan is really about going to war over the US. So how does China plan to take over the US? Well, really, from his perspective, there are limited options. He says China could just nuke the US, but he didn't like that idea. Not because it would kill millions of people, he liked it for that. The problem is that it would contaminate US resources that China wants. So he says only by using non-destructive weapons that can kill many people will we be able to reserve America for ourselves. So what are those non-destructive weapons? Why, biological weapons, of course.